How much better do you know yourself? Because in the last two videos on self-awareness, we've been breaking down self-assessment, which is a deep and honest evaluation of our own emotions, attitudes, and behaviors. Now, we talked about emotions, we talked about attitude, and now we're going to talk about what's probably my favorite, behaviors. What's up, it's Gene? This word to be great. Listen, worthy one, let's talk about our behaviors because, behavior is always the result of our emotions and our attitudes. And I broke down another chart. I created a chart based on behavior traits. And let me move it a little bit. I see it's too much light. And what we're going to do is discuss these. And as I'm talking about these traits, I want you to self-assess and ask yourself, are you more on the negative side or the positive side? Because that's going to determine if you achieve your desired success in life. Now let's discuss, are you a procrastinator or an executor? And the best way I'm going to illustrate this is tell you when I first joined this professional speaking organization, New Speaker Academy. So when I joined this academy, the one thing they told all of us new speakers, there's about 20 of us in there, they say, listen, if you want to be a full-fledged member of this organization, you have to go out there and get 20 paid speaking engagements. Now, let me be real with y'all. I had never did a paid speaking engagement. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how I'm going to do that. And you can see the fear. I'm looking at all the other new speakers in there. They all looking afraid and scared. But then I said, you know what? I'm going to make this happen. I'm an executor. I'm going to figure this out, what I have to do. So I started going to all the seasonal speakers and asked them, how did you get your 20 speaking engagements? How did you get your 20? How did you get your 20? And you know what? They were very helpful. They liked my energy. They liked the fact I want to execute. So they gave me ideas and they helped me to get those 20 paid speaking engagements. Now, only about 3 of us out of 20 was able to do so because the 3 of us, what we call executors. We take action. We get things done. Now, the other ones were procrastinators. Now, we had about 6 months to get these done. And do you know, out of all of them, most of them didn't even get 20 paid speaking engagements. They kept putting it off. I know this one lady, she kept putting it off so much. I asked her, why did you spend all this money to get in here if you weren't going to do the work? She said, I'm just afraid. I just have a hard time with putting stuff off. So at the end of the deadline, it was only 3 of us made it because we were executors. Now, let me ask you a question. When it pertains to your desired success, the thing you want to accomplish, are you a procrastinator or an executor? Because I can assure you, if you're not getting things done, you're a procrastinator. You ain't getting things done because you keep procrastinating stuff. That's why you must move over to be an executor. See, being a procrastinator is a negative behavior trait, but being an executor is a positive behavior trait. So if you know you on this side, you're a procrastinator, it's time for you to start taking small actions every day so you can build up your muscle to become an executor. Now, are you an inconsistent person or a consistent person? I shot my first YouTube video, I believe it was September 2015. Now, I will tell you guys, I was so scared shooting that video because I was worried about putting a video out there, what people was going to think. I was going to get criticized. But I remember when I shot that first video and I hit that submit button, I posted it online, and I remember the fear that I felt. But then I had to make a decision. Worthy one, are you tired of feeling stuck, lost, and unfulfilled? And you ready to start taking responsibility for achieving your greatness so you can take control of your life? Click the link below and get my premium ebook, Worthy to be Great, that is filled with the practical principles that allow me to transform from a 9-to-5 cubicle slave to a disciplined man, consistently building my dream. And I promise you, they can help you do the same. With the premium ebook, you will get 2 bonus programs. My 22 video program, How to Build Self-Discipline to Achieve Your Greatness, as well as my 30 Days of Self-Discipline program. Both are filled with self-assessment worksheets and activities that will help you hold yourself accountable as you build the life you want. If you're serious about taking control of your life, get the Word to Be Great premium ebook. If you act today, I'm also going to throw in the audio book, and you will get all this value for the limited low price of $47. Am I going to just do one video? It's going to be just this one YouTube video, or I'm going to do more videos so I can work on my skills to get better. Now, what I decided is that I was not going to be inconsistent. I was going to keep posting video after video. I was going to feel that fear. I was going to have that judgment, that criticism that may come my way. But I was not going to stop being consistent. That was in 2015. It is 2025. I'm still posting video. I've posted over 3,000 videos, most of them on Facebook and Instagram. Now I'm on YouTube mostly, and I got over 1,000 videos. And that's because I am a consistent person. See, if you are an inconsistent person, that's your behavior. You're not going to get things done. You're going to be the type of person, you start something today, you quit it tomorrow. You start next week, you quit this week. You know, and it's all this inconsistency is not getting you nowhere. That's why you're frustrated. But when you're consistent, you may have times when you have setbacks. You may fail, but you're consistent. You continue to grow as a person. You grow as a YouTuber. You grow as an author. You grow as a speaker. You grow as a rapper. Whatever it is you're doing, you're going to continue to grow because you have consistent behavior. So I want you to self-assess and ask yourself this question: are you inconsistent, or are you a consistent person? Now that moves on to the next one. Are you a person who base your behaviors on the fear of failure, or are you a person that fell forward? Let's talk about the difference. Now, if you're an individual that fears failure, whether you had a failure or not, your behavior is going to be to just quit. You got to stop what you're doing because of a fear of failure. Now, if you're a person that fails forward, you will have a failure in your life. Like I had that speaking engagement that I bombed. I talked about in the previous video, but you'll continue to move forward because you see failure as an opportunity to grow. You see, I just told you guys I've shot over 3,000 videos. And the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm the type of person that sees fear as forward. Or I'm the type of person that fails forward. I look at my failures and I say, you know what? I need to grow. When I first started shooting YouTube videos, I was, very like robotic in one spot, but now I'm a lot better. Like I'm flowing now and I'm speaking right now to you. I never use a script. I'm going off the top of my head. I'm doing it on one take because I have grown my skills because I failed forward. Now, you may be an individual. You might be telling yourself you want to start a YouTube channel or you want to go after this dream, go after that dream. But your fear of failure is the reason you're not taking action. So I want you to really self-assess and ask yourself, is your behaviors based on a fear of failure, or are you the type of person that fell forward? The next one I really want to talk about because this is more of a visual thing. It's that internal thing that really can damage you or empower you. And that's your self-talk. It is the things that you say to yourself on a daily basis. One thing I've learned is that anytime I meet somebody that has a hard time taking action on things they want, it's almost it's almost a certainty that they have negative self-talk. They tell themselves they're not good enough. They're not worthy. They tell themselves they don't have the talent. They tell themselves they can't be successful. And so therefore their behavior is always based on lack, inaction, and just being frustrated. But when you meet somebody with positive self-talk, they believe they're great. They believe they can reach another level. You're going to notice that this person is what I call a worthy one. That is a person that believes they are worthy of achieving a great vision inside of them. And you're going to know it because you will see them posting the video. You will see them writing the books. You will see them outside shooting the basketball jump shots, writing the rap lyrics, going to medical school, because they have that positive self-talk. They believe that they can reach their desired success. See, I want you to self-assess and ask yourself, what is my self-talk? Are you talking negative to yourself or positive to yourself? You see, before I shoot these videos, I tell myself I'm a great speaker. I'm a great communicator. I don't care if you believe I'm great or not. I believe this about myself. I tell myself this all the time. And you have to be that way if you're going to be great at whatever it is that you want to be. It's like Muhammad Ali. Before he even won a title, he used to say he was the greatest in the world. He was the greatest in the world. So that's what I say to myself. That's the positive self-talk I have that empower me. I don't use negative self-talk because that would disempower me. So are you disempowering yourself with negative self-talk, or are you empowering yourself with positive self-talk? That's for something for you to discover, and the only way is do self-assessment so you can be self-aware. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, a lot of y'all probably not going to like, but this is a real one too. That's if you are a blamer or a owner. Let me explain what this means. When I worked in the corporate world, I had this job that I started out loving. And I like aspects of the job. It was a really good job. But the one problem is that I wasn't getting paid as much for the work that I was doing. Now, they used to always come to me and say, Gene, we have more responsibility for you. We got more things we would like you to do because you're such a good communicator with the people in the Medicare market or this market over here with the corporate market. And we would like to give you more work, more responsibility. And I was like, cool. Now, my problem was I had a hard time saying no. I knew I had a huge caseload, but I took on more and more work. So what eventually happened, I got so stressed out that one day I was driving in my car, and as I was driving, I felt my feet feeling a little numb. I started feeling this, like weird or something. And then all of a sudden, I passed out. I didn't pass out one time. It was 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. I ended up having to go to the hospital, and I found out that I had to wear a heart monitor for 3 months. I went from running 5 miles a day. I could walk 30 steps. I couldn't even go work out. And the doctor told me I couldn't even go to work. So I had to sit at home for 3 months wearing this heart monitor. Now, while I was at home, I started to blame the corporation. I started to blame my manager. I started to blame that I wasn't getting paid enough for all the work I was doing. I was just blaming. I was a blamer. But then I realized that blaming is not helping me. And not only that, the only person that I had to blame for my situation was myself. See, the most empowering thing that I did is I took ownership. I became an owner. I say, Gene, these people are not making you go to that job. You get in your car, you drive up there every day. They're not making you do it. You are choosing to go to that job. You are choosing to work under that stress. And that's why you are in the predicament that you're in. So I made up my mind that I am going to own this situation. And I'm not going to stay in this situation. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to find a way to become a speaker, become an author. I'm going to take ownership of my life. And that was the greatest decision I made. And that was back in 2016. And today I am still taking ownership. So my question to you is, are you a blamer or a owner? Because if you are a blamer, I can assure you, you will never reach your desired success. But if you are an owner of your life, or owner of your situations, you will reach your desired success. So when you're thinking about self-awareness, it's important that you understand and know yourself. And that is only possible through self-assessment, which is that deep and honest evaluation of our own emotions, attitudes, and behaviors. So this concludes the video series on self-awareness. And I want you to go through this and ask yourself, do you know yourself as well as you thought you did? And now that you do or you don't, will you get to know yourself better through self-assessment? Work on the areas that you need improvement so you can reach your desired success. Worthy one, you have the ability to reach your potential. You have a great vision inside of you. But the only way you're going to bring it to reality is you must be aware of who you are. You must work on the areas that you need to work on. And you must push yourself to become the person that you desire to be. Because you are worthy to be great. If you like this video, I want to ask you to like and share this video. Also, hit that bell so anytime I post a new video, you're notified. I also want to ask you to join my Word to Be Great newsletter. This newsletter is designed to help you build your self-worth, your self-discipline, your self-confidence so you can achieve your dreams. So click the link below and join my newsletter today.